I'm gonna just give you creative control. Do whatever you want. Edit it in any way you like.
Oh, righty then.
Ladies and gentlemen, peace. Hi. Today, guys, with the finale of season 4, with the finale for season 4. With the finale of season 4 only a few days away, I thought it would be kind of cool today to do a video ranking every single season in Fortnite. What I wanted to do is go through every single season, including pre-season 1, and then from there we're basically just going to compare it to the rest of the seasons. Also, I just wanted to say as a heads up, I'm actually going to be in Calgary on the date of the release of season 5, so I'll have a video up, but it won't be related to season 5, and the first season 5 related video will be up on Thursday. Also, there's only 1 week left to get Best Life shirts, top link in the description. Go freaking do it. I'm sorry, Best Life shirt. That was rude. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is my 8th video in 4 days. Let's get into it. So obviously the lowest ranking season is going to be bug. So obviously the lowest ranking season is going to be the first season, and that's for obvious reasons. There was very limited guns. It was a very bad time in the days of Fortnite. The only shield healing
Hello there.
Shields were the only thing that could boost your shield meter. Med kits, bandages were the only thing that would heal your main health. There were a lot of guns missing. No skins, no gliders, besides like the founders and the winners, umbrellas. There was just nothing to this game mode. And part of this game mode, there wasn't even solos or squads. So it was just a very basic time. And while it was the foundation for a great game mode, obviously pre-season 1 was probably the worst time as far as the actual game goes of Fortnite. Now, moving on to a real season, this is gonna be season 1. Season 1 was the shortest of all 4 seasons that we've seen so far, and it was definitely the worst of the 4. Now, season 1 did bring a couple of unique things, the first being the shop and customizable skins. We saw the Ghoul and Skull Trooper released into the game, along with things like the Raider's Revenge, the Renegade Raider, a whole bunch of not really great looking skins besides the Halloween ones, but they were your first ever customizable skins. A couple other things that were added in season 1 was the bush, smoke grenades, launch pads was a pretty big one, as well as the 50v50 mode. Overall, it was definitely a less balanced version of Fortnite than it is now. I mean, you had the double pump, you also had the long range pump for part of this season. It was season 1 Fortnite. A lot of people are very nostalgic about this season, and I can understand why, simply because, you know, it was kind of like the good old days, but honestly, looking back, in my opinion, it was a very broken game. As far as building went in season 1, if you could make a 1x1, you were like a top 5% player. I mean, if you go back and look at clips of Myth when he was like, you know, in that season 1 stage, he really is like a good builder still then, but he's nothing crazy compared to people now. I feel like you take any solid player today and they would outbuild season 1 Myth, which is really weird, but it just shows you how fast and how quickly the building aspect has developed in Fortnite. Now, up next, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a really tough call between your top 3, but I'm going to chalk it up to season 2. Man, season 2 was a big season. Dude, I don't know, I almost want to say season 4, then season 2, then season 3. You know what? I'm gonna do it, all right? Now, the next one coming in at our number 3 spot, guys, this might be a little bit surprising to you, but I'm actually going to rank it as season 4. And I don't mean this to be negative in any way at all, but just hear me out. Season 2, 3, and 4 have been absolutely amazing. In a lot of ways, I do think that season 4 has been the best season yet. but I want to kind of explain where I'm coming from. Season 4 has been a very precarious time for Epic Games because they've had to nerf a lot of things, as we've been seeing with like rockets. Actually, rockets versus structures did get buffed, but in general, like shotguns and a lot of things have been nerfed. I feel like Season 4 has been a really big growing period for Fortnite and for what is to come. Epic Games has faced a lot of challenges with balancing issues and just making the game fun for everybody. And while I think they've done a really good job of that, and that's super important to consider, I think that has taken away a little bit from their game. The only new LTM that we saw was the Thanos mode, which was super cool, but it was a kind of one-off thing, and it's not going to happen again. It's not a game mode that is really going to be super replayable, and it was kind of just like the hype of Avengers coming out. Also, as a heads up, I'm recording this video like 1 full week in advance. As I'm recording this, Playground modes, it's not out. I don't know if in this last week of Fortnite coming out that it's actually going to come out. It would be hilarious if it doesn't. Assuming that it does come out, I will say that that is probably the saving grace of Season 4. I think it's one of the biggest things that they would have done or could do if it does come out. But as of now, it's been an absolute mess. I mean, day after day after day, we're having issues with it. So because of that, I can't really give it full credit. And I've talked about this before, but I really overall wasn't a huge fan of the Season 4 skins. There were some really good ones, but overall, I felt like they were quite underwhelming. Now, as for additions to the game, this is the other part that I feel like things were quite underwhelming. We saw the jetpack, which got removed. We saw the shopping cart, which basically was broken all season. We did have the FAMAS and the scoped thermal added in, which I thought were pretty good. SMGs got a huge buff, absolute huge fan of that. I almost like the suppressed SMG more than shotguns now. We also saw the dual wield pistols added in, which as of recording this on June 30th are ridiculously overpowered. And the last thing added in Season 4 were the bouncers, which I think was another really good addition. Overall, it was a good season, and I really enjoyed Season 4, and I don't want this to come from a nostalgia point, but I do think that Season 2 and 3 were better. Now guys, coming in at our number 2 spot, you might be surprised here, this is going to be Season 3. So there were a lot of changes to Fortnite in Season 2, and I feel like basically what Season 3 did is it built off of all those changes. They took the Battle Pass and made it way better. It was originally only 70 tiers. They made it a full 100, gave you John Wick, okay, the astronauts, the iconic Rust Lord. I mean, who could forget that guy? As far as other skins go, we had the Raven, the Dark Vanguard, Rex, also Triceratops. Season 3 had the first Twitch Prime pack. With Season 3, we also saw the addition of Lucky Landing as well as cross-platforming over to Xbox. Fortnite Mobile was finally introduced. We saw the hunting rifle added to the game, and last but not least, llamas, when they were actually good. Season 3 saw the guided missile along with explosives only V2. Vending machines were added in early April. In Season 3, we saw the start of balancing changes with things like the double pump being removed. We also saw a slowing down of some weapons to be pulled out, like the double pump snipers, and even changes when you go to edit and then swap back to your weapon. We saw changes with that as well. I feel like Season 3 overall built upon what Season 2 did, and overall, to me, it was my personal favorite season. Just got a lot of good memories of Season 3, and while I think Season 4 has been awesome, I'm so excited for Season 5. I liked it more than Season 4. I like Season 3 more than 4, but coming in at our number 1 spot, and I really don't want this to sound nostalgic, but it is going to be Season 2. So I would argue that Season 2 has been the most influential season of Fortnite. Season 2 was the biggest step into making Fortnite what it is today. Epic Games started Season 2 out with the addition of the Battle Pass, one of, I think, the greatest ideas they had for the game. Obviously, that has really structured and influenced Fortnite. Small Shields was another huge update, which really just majorly affected things. We saw the Boogie Bomb added along with the Silenced Pistol and the Sneaky Silencers game mode. Another weapon that was added in Season 2 was the crossbow, which Wasn't all that great, but I mean, it was still another weapon. Another game mode that was introduced was the shooting test, and this actually went on to completely change the mechanics of Fortnite, where you now have, in modern day Fortnite, you have first shot accuracy, as well as you have drop off with some of your not as long range weapons. We also saw version 1 of the explosives only game mode. The cozy campfire was added in, along with the iconic chug jug. As far as skins go, we had the Love Ranger, the Cuddle Team Leader, along with, of course, your classics, the Red and Black Knight. Also in Season 2, we saw the addition of what are now today some of the rarest skins of all time, and these are your Christmas. Also in Season 2, we saw the addition of some of the rarest Fortnite skins to date, and these were the Christmas-themed skins. And I would say the biggest update and the most influential thing we saw happen in Season 2 was the Tilted Towers update. Snobby Shores, Junk Junction, Haunted Hills, Shifty Shaft, Tilted Towers, and 5 other unnamed locations added to the west side of the map. Okay? Pre-Season 2 map was bare. There was so much empty space, and this changed everything. Overall, there were just so many additions to Season 2 that I feel like it was truly the most influential of seasons. And don't get me wrong, Season 2 was definitely a broken game. You still had the double pump, one of the most overpowered things ever featured. There was no counter to Bloom because first shot accuracy hadn't been added in yet, and overall, there were a lot of problems to this that I could go on and on, but this is why I'm saying Season 2 is the best. Season 2 laid the groundwork for all further seasons, and if you like Season 3, you love Season 4, you have Season 2 to thank for it. Maybe you had issues with things like double pump or whatever, but at the end of the day, it was iconic, it was influential, and that's why I have to place it in at number 1. Anyways though guys, that is gonna be our video for today. I just wanted to say there is only 1 week left to get your Best Life shirt. So if that is at all interesting, I encourage you, support the channel, and top link in the description, go buy one. Other than that, I think that's it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. And again, I just wanted to add in that I'm going to be in Calgary. I'm actually gonna be leaving Calgary on Tuesday, which is the day that Season 5 drops. So I won't have a video for you related to Season 5 that day. It's just gonna be some random Fortnite video. And then Thursday will be my first Season 5 video. So look out for that, but I just wanted to give you a heads up as to why I didn't do anything for that day. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Much love, and woo! Thank you guys very much for watching. Peace. I'm seriously like not even sure if I can finish this video because I'm not dead. That's it, we're ready. Last video. You don't have to include that, but yeah.